Pinelake started in 1971 on a 16-acre donation in a small building with 13 people. Over the next 50 years, Pinelake would grow to tens of thousands of people. Countless lives changed, tons of baptisms, students becoming involved, communities being changed, and we grew to 5 locations all over the state of Mississippi. It has been a crazy ride. Pinelake Oxford started in 2015 when a dedicated core group of leaders stepped out in faith to begin building this church. It hasn't been easy. Mobile church can be very taxing. We've seen our brothers and sisters in Starkville and Madison do this before. They had a vision for a permanent place in their towns, and they've shown us that this new adventure is very, very possible.
Man, what I'd say to you in Oxford is, I'm sure it's daunting and scary to think about the sacrifices that need to be made. But I'm just telling you, as somebody now that is in a facility that's been here for a long time, it's worth it.
Well, I'm familiar with Oxford, and they've had to do some of the same things we had to do here. I'd be less than honest if I told you I got tired of moving chairs.
It's been done before. God will do it again. They've got people there who've done it before. They've got Jonathan Palmer and Jody, and they were with us when we did it here.
Transformed so many things about Madison County, let alone the people in Madison County.
It was just great to be a part of something bigger than ourselves.
It was neat to see our kids be able to come into a place that was geared just for them.
We can look back, and though it was hard at the time and painful at the time, we get to experience the blessings and the fruit every time somebody takes a next step in faith.
Anytime you start talking in the millions, that's kind of give you a pause, but you know, God's bigger than that.
Things along the way that seem hard, they become fun and they become miracles.
Who you're becoming in this journey is going to be far greater than the building that you'll see go up. But stepping into that building and knowing you've become this person, God's doing a work among you. Don't give up. Sacrificially give. Dive in.
Imagine the day when the next generation steps up to lead right here in Oxford. Our children will be fully devoted followers of Jesus, sharing their story with others. Imagine the day when Pinelake Oxford is the hub for college students to not just come for education, but to grow in their faith in Christ. There are thousands of people sending their students here and praying for a place that will help direct their paths to Jesus. We can be that answer to prayer.
My name is Grace Monroe, and I started going to Pinelake Oxford when I was a sophomore in college. I lived that normal freshman college life, part of parties, concerned about boys, and was not concerned about what God had for me and what He wanted for my life. I was definitely lost. I mean, I was sad. I knew that I was broken, and I knew that this couldn't be it. This couldn't be all that was my life was supposed to be. But that was a moment that I remember putting a stake in the ground of, hey, something's got to change in my life. My big and my sorority actually invited me to go to Pinelake Oxford, and I felt at home, absolutely at home, when I walked through the doors of Pinelake Oxford. That people there knew me and were welcoming me, and I mean, they didn't know me. It was my first time there, but I felt like they did. And so after that, I decided, like, okay, I'm gonna walk down and talk to Jody, talk through my story with him. And he was like, yeah, girl, you're ready. And so I was like, okay. And so was baptized in October of 2016. Then I started serving with Pinelake kids, had third graders that I got to pour into. And then I was even a part of our student ministry. I just got to own my faith. And so there are so many students from all over the state of Mississippi. And so Pinelake Oxford can be their home of a place where they can walk out what God has for them and to see what that means and to walk that out with Him.